Today we're taking a look at this Smart AI dog bark collar. And before we get started, I do just want to make it known that this does not come with a remote control like other training collars would. This is based off of sound and is not remote controlled, so I just wanted to make that known before you purchase this so you don't get confused. So with that being said, I'm going to go through some of the different functions, how this collar works, and then we're going to put it to the test. This comes with two different sized prongs. One's going to be for your short-haired dogs, and then the other one is going to be for your long-haired dogs. Then they also come with silicone prong covers to keep it comfortable on your dog's neck. This is a rechargeable collar. You get the charging cable. You do not get the wall adapter. It just magnetizes right to the back. And then you also have your shock tester to make sure that the shock function is working. So this collar is said to be waterproof. So before we test out any other functions on the collar, we're going to go ahead and dunk it in some water. All right, so say your dog decided to take a swim while wearing this collar. LED screen still lights up. Mode button still works. And we're going to test the functions. Alright, everything works as it should, even being dunked in water. So we're going to go ahead and take a closer look at the collar itself. The prongs that I was telling you about, they just screw on to the back right here, and then those silicone covers just slide on right over the prongs. And then on the top of the collar is a mode button and your power button. To power on the screen, it's just a short press on the power button. It will beep and then the LED screen will turn on. It has a super nice clear LED screen. Everything is big enough to read. Up here, as you can see, you have your charge indicator and we have a full battery currently. The first thing you want to do is test out the functions on the collar itself to make sure everything is working correctly. The way you want to do that is to press the power button until you get to the number 0. Then once you get to 0, you do actually have to bark into the collar to get it to work. And that orange flashing light indicates that the shocker is working. So now taking a look at what different modes you have. This one here is the tone mode, which is the beep that you heard. Press the mode button and it takes you to the vibration. Again, it's going to be tone and vibration. And one more time is going to be the tone, vibrate, and the static shock. As you can see here, there is a number in the middle. That number is your sensitivity level. 1 being the least sensitive and 7 being the most sensitive. And there is recommendations on what sensitivity level you should have your collar on based on what type of environment your dog is in. Those being level 4 to 7 in a very quiet environment, 3 to 5 in a normal environment, and a level 1 to 3 in a noisy environment. So very easy collar to use. The last thing we have to do is test it on a dog. The dog we're going to be testing it on is already accustomed to a training collar, so he knows what the beep sound means. So I'm only going to have it on the tone setting, and I'm also going to take out the prongs since we won't be using the shock feature. If your dog is already accustomed to these types of collars as well and you don't need to use the shock, I would highly recommend taking the prongs out so your dog's neck does not get irritated. So I really like this collar, first because of how sleek it looks. I like the big LED screen and how clear it is to read. And I also really like how my dog responded. He knew exactly what that tone meant. So if you have a noisy dog and you're debating on getting a bark collar, you've seen here that this one works out great. I've received it at no charge for this review and I would recommend it.